So when did the idea of a film come? Have you always had this in your head?
No, I always know, I might, do David Brent again, but I brought him back for the 10-year anniversary of The Office for a comic relief sketch. And I had to think about what he'd be doing now, and I thought he'd be like the local Simon Cowell. He wouldn't have, he'd be on the periphery of entertainment. And he was managing a young rapper, and they did a song, but he wormed his way in to make it his own song. And then we did a few gigs, and they went just crazy. And I had to think, hold on, why would David Brent have such a great band? I thought, I'd be paying for it. He's paying to be famous. Yes. So that was the idea. And then it all happened very quick. But it's a shame because he hasn't changed much. We all change a bit in 15 years. But the thing about the movie is how the world's changed since The Office. It's it's much more dog-eat-dog world, and David Brent can't compete with this new narcissism.
Because he's quite a nice guy, isn't he?
He is quite a nice guy.
Awkward and...
He's always been nice, and you realise that he wasn't that bad, relative to all the other alpha males in The Office. We've had things like The Apprentice since The Office, where people got on it by saying, I would destroy anyone who stands in my way. And he's quite a nice bloke. He's just a little bit wounded and out of time, really.
Well, do you know what I liked about that? The comedy is superb. I have to say, there was a round of applause, wasn't there?
Darn, you just spoilt my whole build-up.
Oh.
All I was going to say was...
Sorry,
I think as a
you
tribute,
carry on, I'll just sit here.
I think as a tribute to you, the great thing about you, for a superstar, and you can tell he's a superstar because when you go to his social media, he's got not 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 6 million, he's got 11+ million followers on Twitter, right? So that's somebody that's pretty special.
They all hate me.
No, they don't. But the thing is about, as Ruth was saying about the cinema, the thing that amazed me was the cinema was full. It was full of people who identified with everything. They could identify with Brent's car, the office he worked in, the people he knew, the roads that he used. Everything was ordinary in those people's lives.
That's right, yeah.
And I think how they identify with you is, you may be a global superstar in big movies on
I'm loving this.
and whatever, but
no
you're still one of them.
Anymore.
And as Ruth said, we got to the end of the film, and I sort of turned around and said, well, and just as I'm saying that, everybody applauded.
Oh.
The last time I saw that was Rocky II, 1982.
Love Rocky. I love a bit of Rocky.
They applauded.
This is very much like... There's a quote from Rocky in there, and no, it is about the underdog. It is about the underdog trying. I like David Brent because he tries. That's what... He falls over, but he gets back up and brushes himself off, and I really admire that. And he might be a bit deluded, but he's not a bad person, He just panics a little bit. And I do try and make the ordinary extraordinary because I try and write about what I know. I worked in an office for 10 years myself and I wrote about it. I'm a failed rock star, so this film is...
the bitterness is coming out.
No, you know what? I really like those tiny human interest stories where people, I think we love the underdog in Britain as well.
Except...
Go on.
There are parts where you sit and you go... Oh, my word, did he just say that?
Yeah.
Did he just... How does he get away with that?
Well, because...
In a PC way, I'm talking
it's about that as well, again, because that sort of happened behind his back. He doesn't really understand it. He tries to be a good person, but he panics, and he panics around difference. He sort of wants to walk into a room and go, I'm not a racist. Yeah. And it's about that sort of white middle-class angst about, am I saying the right thing? Am I going to get in trouble with this? And if he just sort of chilled out, he'd be fine. He'd be a nice bloke, but... it's all these pressures, and because he wants to be famous, he invites the cameras into his life, which is asking for it. And that's the other thing that's happened, since The Office. People are now famous for nothing at all, or for being bad. People are rewarded for bad behaviour. People get on these shows by saying, "I'm going to be terrible. I'm going to be," and they go, "You promise." So it's sort of about that, and he can't quite compete with this new fame-hungry society.
There's a lot about... He's quite a sad character in the film. There were bits that were... I mean, we laughed and laughed and laughed, and then there are bits that are really poignant and really sad.
Yeah.
Are any of those things that happened in your life? Were you a shy person? Are there situations you thought, this is awkward?
No, I don't usually get embarrassed, but I get embarrassed for other people. I want everyone to do well socially, and... I mean, the things that happened to me in the movie, where he plays to nobody, that happened to me when I was at Rock. Oh yeah,
literally nobody was there.
It's nearly word for word. About 1985, we played the Bull and Gate, me and my band, and we did the sound check. And the guy said, "You might as well stay up there, lads, because you're on now." And I went, "When I open the doors?" He went, "The doors are open. No one's come through to see you." And I just went, "Oh, let's treat it like a free rehearsal." So, you know, you put on that brave...
there. And you
there's
still
nobody there. Just played, yeah.
You're
just
right, so we've got 30 seconds left. You're bringing David Brent on to a concert, to an auditorium in central London. The music's quite good, but the songs are awful. I mean, they're terrible.
Lyrics.
But
Again,
people will turn up and pay.
I know, he tries to sing about Slough, but he accidentally insults it. He thinks he's solving the plight of the Native American and brings up scalping. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he's trying his best.
And there's an album. It's not a comedy album, there's an album.
There's an album and a songbook. No, he's 100% behind this.
Okay.
He's paying for it.
David, we enjoyed it. 5 stars from us. Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Ricky. For more of the same, just click here. And don't forget, you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
Is there anything worse than being stuck in a car when you need to go?
No.
So, always have hot water bottle under the passenger seat, and it's ideal for relieving yourself into because it holds a lot of liquid. The top bit, the actual lip of the hot water bottle is quite... You're not gonna spill. It's not like a bottle. I don't know if you ever tried it in a bottle. I've done that a lot when I'm camping. But hot water bottle, you've got a rim there, and it's very easy. Not for you.
No. I was never going to consider this. It's okay.